Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Beauty Told. It's your girl Britt, and we are here yet again with another great hot juicy topic today. And I have yet again another great guest as promised. So me and him, I'll tell y'all the backstory in a minute, but this is Mrs. CJ hashtag dope photography. And CJ, tell the folks who he is, because maybe I didn't do enough justice just yet, you know.
You did your thing.
I did my thing. I did a little something.
I go by CJ hashtag Martin, owner and operator of hashtag Dope Photography LLC.
Yes. And he is dope, y'all. So listen, if y'all not hip, his information is going to be in the description box. Make sure y'all go follow him and follow his phenomenal work. So I'm just saying. But me and him met at Podcasters United here in Cleveland, Ohio. We decided to get all the podcasters together, really have just a really dope sit down discussion where we just kind of discussed everything from how did we get started, why did we get started, what at the time there was Cat Williams that had just came out and kind of started 2024 off with a bang. So we got to kind of take that and delve into that a little bit more. So it was a great time with great people that really we just found that common ground. We just want to be able to bless others, and we want to use our platform to do so. So that's where I met himself, the greatest, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to say it. He is the greatest behind the scenes. That's his niche. And he is very much doing his thing and doing it well. So we are here today, y'all, because another topic that needs to be addressed. And I think that it is going to bless us because some of us need this. Some of us need to know when it's time to do so. So the topic today, y'all, is how to protect your peace. Basically, when to know it's time to cut it off. Yes. Some of us, that might be a struggle. Some of us might have got that down packed. Some of us might be like, how do I know? When do I know? That's where me and him are going to tag team this thing and let y'all know that, hey, you need to do it. So the reason why this topic came about, CJ, is that when me and you went to Micah's event group chat, and shout out to group chat. Shout out to Micah Dixon. If you guys have not already checked out my previous episode with her, please do so. Grab your tissue and be ready, because it was a great, just so many different things. We laughed, we cried, we really just got a lot out. So I really want you guys to check out that episode. It will bless your soul. So with her event, I remember that you had mentioned about the importance of change, the importance of sometimes you have to leave people behind. So when I got a little bit of clip, because I was me, y'all, that had filmed that, just saying. So I learned a little bit from him, you know. So when you did that, that's what really sparked the idea of, wow, I guess, you know, a lot of people that you rock with at one point in your life, you don't always stay that close and, you know, connected years and years later. Sometimes you outgrow. Sometimes things happen where you realize this person is not as maybe loyal or faithful as you thought they were. So there's so many different ways that you find yourself, you know, parting ways. So what would you say going back to, you know, your statement in regards to that, what kind of happened or transpired that allowed you to come to that realization that sometimes it's necessary to cut off people that you really do care about?
For me, it was more so when I was putting more focus on everything but me.
Okay.
Anything that was going on around me, I put more focus in it, but I wouldn't get the same in return. Couple things had transpired, and then it you know, my old way of reacting to it, it was the easiest way out, but I had outgrown that way. So for me, it was more so, now you got to focus on you and what you got going on, and actually fall back in your love with yourself. And I actually started paying more attention to me, and I fell back in love with me.
Okay. So do you think that sometimes we will tolerate certain people in their shenanigans is because maybe we don't realize our value or self-worth?
I don't think it's so much as that we don't value ourselves first. I think it's more so of like cognitive dissonance. Basically, like when you're born and raised, you're taught to believe certain things. You're taught to do certain things because this is what the past has done, and people really don't think outside of the box. So I think it's being comfortable in how we were raised or what we believed in as far as friends or with relationships, and we just sat in that comfortability. And in order for you to grow, you gotta get uncomfortable.
Ooh, that's true. That's true. I like that. I like that. And I know that definitely when it comes to certain people, sometimes teachers that can be hard though of realizing when to cut off certain people, and I guess realizing the importance of choosing you over people. Sometimes you do have to put you first. So I know you spoke about the self-love. So when did that come about, when you realized that self-love was an important piece that maybe you may have been neglecting or maybe wasn't incorporated into your life?
You said what happened?
When did you not what happened though?
Who did it? What happened?
When and why? When did you realize? Because now in our today's society, it's been a lot of push for self-love. Back a couple years ago, I don't recall even hearing the word self-love, let alone knowing how to even go into that and start doing the certain things that it's speaking of. So for you, when did you realize that it was time that you needed to love you? When was the self-love and self-care? When did that come about in your life?
When did it come about?
Because I know for myself, it was pretty recently. Sad to say.
I want to say within the last couple of years.
Okay.
More so this last year. I just started waking up and paying attention to small things that we normally look over. And from there, I just was like, you know what? And I said something to myself. I said the same. Um, I have the same 8 hours or 12 hours people have going to work, and we're making somebody else rich.
That's true.
So if I dedicated that same ethic to myself and working on me, I could be so much better and so much more further than where I am. And I started doing that and fell in love with myself.
Okay. Okay. I think that's also when you realize that you don't necessarily have to have certain people in your life or have to have a relationship. Sometimes you can be it starts off uncomfortable, to be honest, because me going to like even my self-love, one of was taking myself to go eat. That was kind of uncomfortable, but I've learned to become more comfortable in it, just to know that this is just something for me. I'm enjoying a good meal. Why not? I just kind of take that in and not have to entertain conversating with someone and things like that. But I know that once you kind of start realizing the importance of you and taking care of you, I think that's when you become more of the realization that you don't necessarily need certain people or you don't need the company of certain people. And that way you're not having the characteristics of being kind of desperate or needy for certain people or things and things like that. So again, y'all, I think I've spoke about this in previous episodes. Loving yourself, self-love is very important. Like I said, this is something that is very much more talked about now than it was maybe 3 years, 5 years ago. But a lot of times that's why you may be feeling drained. That what might be why you're having, anxiety. That might be why you're kind of stressing out. So again, just taking some time, and I know you've had to get on me about this. Sometimes I'm just go, 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 go still. And I don't really take the time to catch a breath and to really do something, whether it's going to maybe get a pedicure, something that may just take a couple minutes. It may not be a whole, 2 hours, but it's something where I can kind of break away from the phone, break away from people, and just relax. So what are some things that you do to show yourself some love?
Treat myself.
Uh-huh.
I can go to the movies by myself or go eat by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Who I am to myself. They say you make time for who you want to make time for.
Correct.
Right?
I've heard
But
that.
that quote is like towards somebody else. But
Mm-hmm.
if you ask yourself that quote,
Mm.
then it'll make more sense. And it made sense to me. I make time for me.
Wow.
Time for what I need for myself to do. You know what I'm saying? The better I am to me, the better I can be to anybody else.
Okay. That's fair. I like that. I like that a lot. I never thought of you using that quote towards myself. Maybe that was kind of a check for myself to start doing it more.
I dare you to.
You forever daring me to do stuff.
I am. If I'm not if I'm in your life and
Uh-huh.
I'm not pushing you, motivating you, um, learning from you, earning with you, then it's like at
Mm.
this point in my life and your life, it's like a waste of time. Like seriously, it's good to be in people's lives, to be able to pour into people's lives, um, and teach and get to the bag if it's a bag to get to, or just get to the knowledge and the
Mm.
understanding.
Yeah, that's
You get
good.
there, you good.
I like that because it doesn't have to be always tangible. It can be those something that you can't put a price tag on, which is the knowledge. So I like that a lot. Now, tell me, because to tie in the whole, when to cut off folks, has there ever been a time where there were certain people that you let go of that you maybe have regrets on, maybe not staying connected or staying in touch with them? Like, have you ever had those moments?
No,
Never.
no, no.
Okay.
If
See.
if I have to get to that point with somebody, then
Uh-huh.
it is what it is. I should never have to get to that point where I feel like I need to cut you off.
Mm. Okay.
Then that'll be me questioning myself. I'm I'm comfortable with my decision
Mm-hmm.
because I was uncomfortable with the way you were living.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Bars.
Maybe that definitely was bars because I'm like it was an unexpected response, by the way. But once you got to explain it more, it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't second guess it. Like I don't.
Maybe it's a female thing because I be sometimes,
So
sometimes
do you give people enough time to show you otherwise, or you just cut them off and then be like, "Oh, I shouldn't have did it," and then you give them another chance, and then they do something that they did previously, and then you want to cut them off again?
okay, so that's a good question. It depends. It depends, to be honest. Now, I will say this: I'm a person just in general. I probably do give too many chances. I probably have given too many chances, but it does. I think as I've gotten older, the many chances have shrunken down as far as the number, and even when it comes to males, once I've given you some chances and I've voiced what it is and there's still no action, like you said, there's no action and there's no change, then that's when I have to come to realization that okay, this person is clearly not respecting what I'm asking, so it's time to let them go. And when the problem is when I let you go though, that's it. Now we could possibly still maybe salvage a friendship, but that's going to be it on the relational side. Now, female side is a little. I still give chances, but it becomes a little bit more conflicting because they were more like sisters. You know what I mean? It's relational that can come and go, but sisters, it's like that's like a stronger bond. So that becomes a little harder to really end it and have to mean it. But at the end of the day, once I've come to those conclusions, whether it be relational or friendship, that is pretty much it. So I will say that. But I do have to work on giving too many chances because I think there you have to have a cutoff. And that's what we're trying to teach the folks out here. You got to be able to, you got to learn when it's time to cut off. And I think that it shouldn't be the first initial mistake, though. I think we both can.
No.
Yeah. I think that you should be able to have mature communication and conversations, and it's understood on both ends what's being said and what's being heard. So that way change should come about in later. So
I feel like what gets in the way is people have expectations for other people, but your expectations for this person may be your expectations that you had for somebody else, and not actually giving that person the opportunity to show you who they are.
Okay. I like that. You know, I already knew you come with a lot of wisdom, you know.
I get it from you.
Well, that might be true too, y'all. You know, you haven't seen my episodes. If not, make sure you check them out. And a great segue, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm just saying, if you liking the conversation that we're having.
That subscribe button.
That's right. So, okay, so just tell me, if you don't mind me asking an instance where there was a time that you did have to come to realization that it was time to choose your peace, which was you, and have to cut off, whether it be a friendship, whether it be a relative, or whatever the case may be. Like, what was the instance where you had to make that decision?
It was in Texas.
Okay.
Childhood friend, we grew up together, and I extended my hand, of course, friendship, and money got involved, and then there was a fallout. The old me wouldn't have been good, but the new me was more so like it's not worth it. They'll need me before I need them.
Okay.
So I just stayed focused on what I was working on, and then doors started opening, and from there it's just been like I don't need to get no get back or revenge for nobody. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing, and more doors are open for me.
Okay, I like that. Because not everybody can handle it with maturity to say that it's not even worth.
I ain't 100% there, but I'm 90% there. Like
That's good. That's still good because some people are not there. Some people are not at 90%, maybe not even 50%.
At the end of the day, it's not worth it because your anger will cause you to do something that'll give you the worst end of the stick. And God forbid you get locked up or even worse, and then they'll still be out there doing them.
That's it.
Because you were angry and you want to get your get. Nah, if you got to be around people like that, like the topic of this episode, protect your peace. Get away from them. Keep them away from you.
Yeah, that's good. And that speaks on so many rounds because you're right. Somebody has to be the more mature, level-headed, and just overall, just knowing that you have to be that person that's like, okay, it's not worth it. Like you said, sometimes an action can have long-term consequences, and it's really not worth it when you really think about it. So that's actually a very, very good option there. That was a good one. Gosh, I had another question on I had it on my dome and I lost it. I got to getting caught up in what you were saying. Oh yeah, y'all. I forgot to introduce the faith journal. That's probably why I'm having such a blanket. That's true. But y'all, near and dear, always near is my faith journal, and it keeps me going and keeps me on topic with this. No, but I didn't write that question down. I wrote down our topic, and I just figured that we were just gonna have it flowing. It was just gonna flow. So I guess I'll just kind of go over maybe an instance where I had to learn to cut.
I was just about to ask you that.
Oh, you were?
I really was.
Well, that's the great thing about my podcast. Y'all can ask me questions too. I'm not opposed to it. Y'all know I'm an open book by now, so I'm gonna tell you whatever it is you want to know. So yes, there was an instance where I also had to cut someone off, and like I said, it was somebody that I saw as a sister. We'd known each other for many, many, many years. Matter of fact, it was like over a decade. And for me, loyalty is everything, right? So when you're saying that you're going to not associate with this particular person, that you are saying, hey, I'm ride or die with you, you my girl, like I'm not gonna ever go that route, then cool. I'm taking your word as your bond, basically. And what I started to notice, and it wasn't me intentionally looking for it, but things started coming to me via social media, the beauty of social media and all your business being out there, just saying. I'm able to see that it's a totally different story than what I'm being told to my face. And so what I had to come to grips with is that not everybody is meant to stay in your life for the long run. There are some people that you are going to have that are just there for a season. And it's unfortunate because, again, most of my female friends, it's a bond where it's a sisterhood bond. So I take sisterhood, I take family very seriously.
So why is it unfortunate though?
Well, it's unfortunate because that's not what I saw as a seasonal person. That wasn't as somebody that I saw like we could be cool this moment. We've done a lot of things together. I still come across, shout out to Facebook memories because they keep throwing them out there. Thank you. I appreciate that. But we did a lot of things together, and it will sometimes just kind of hit a little bit, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's a very deep bond. It's not just somebody. Once I'm rocking with you, I rocks with you.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Are you okay with being okay?
Am I okay with being okay? I'm learning that. To be honest with you. I think that the more life continues to show me different lessons, that it's very important that I be more attentive of what it is that I need to grab as far as that, because otherwise you'll notice you'll end up right back into certain situations again. It's like, why does this seem so familiar? It's because you haven't learned the lesson.
So you said that you and this person had a sisterly bond that was deep, right?
Yeah.
Where was she at in her point of that life? Do you know?
I don't know. No.
So sometimes like our issues stem from what we're going through that nobody knows. So as time progresses and as life progresses, this is somebody that you really care about, and maybe you do need to just get your that one talk and understanding, because that one talk and understanding may be able to save something that was real, and we don't know it, we don't realize it. Like people are silently going through stuff, and when they take it out on us or make it towards us, a lot of times we get mad, and we'll say, okay, well, yeah, it's a wrap. But we never asked the question or even wanted to see where they were at in their life. And I feel like we're living in a damaged society.
That much is true.
And there are a lot of people that are walking around smiling, um, having a good time, like life is perfect. There's a lot of people that's damaged. And until you get to that self love and falling back in love with yourself, possibly going to talk to somebody, counseling or whatever the case may be. Counseling is definitely, a therapist is definitely helpful.
Yeah.
Don't think that it's not, even especially for men, because there's a lot of damaged men out here. But a lot of times there's a misform of communication because of what somebody's going through. And if you feel like that person is worth at least that conversation because they were loyal and it was that type of bond, have that conversation and watch what it do. And if not, you can at least say that you had the conversation, and there was closure to that, and then you can move forward. Because whether it's good or bad, you got to be grateful for it in order for you to go to your next level.
Okay. Well, maybe I hadn't thought too much into it, but I will say there was some chances. I don't know about the loyal part. Like I said, you tell me one thing, you're doing another. But as a mature individual, maybe a conversation can be had, because it's not okay. It will be okay. You know what? To be honest, it probably will have to. It will have to, because me and this individual will have to see each other soon, because there is an event of someone that we know mutually, and I know for a fact she will be there. And I am one person that do not like a lot of. I don't like there to be any type of
bad energy.
There we go. Yeah, I don't want it to be that, especially as such a joyous occasion. So I will be the bigger person. I will have the conversation. Wise wisdom from the great CJ. I will have the conversation, and I will see if we can make amends. Now, it ain't gonna go back to the way it was now.
No, I mean,
I'm just gonna let that be known.
There's pain in growing.
Ooh, okay. Pain and growing. Gotta be uncomfortable for the change. I'm loving these. Right. Okay, all right. I hope y'all taking notes.
It don't have to go back to, but that conversation may do more for you and her than anything that y'all ever been through. And it's just it's the form of, okay, I'm growing, you're growing. Let's have this conversation. I won't understand it, and I'm pretty sure you want it too. And after that, if we don't decide to, we can respectfully say that we did what we did, and
That's
you know,
true.
and I wish you the best. No love lost, but I'm just in a different space in my life.
That's true. That's true. And you're right. I think another thing that I have learned to accept is some people you can love from a distance. So maybe you don't have to cut them completely off. Because like I told you, I am very much family oriented. I love family. I don't believe that you should turn your back on, people that you love and care about completely unless it's really necessary. But there are some people that you can love from a distance. You do not have to feel as though you have to continue to cater to them or give them the same amount of energy and time that you once did. Because again, I'll throw out, there's a situation where me and my mother were at odds, and I felt strongly of how I felt. She felt strongly of how she felt. She didn't agree with it. That's fine, because at the end of the day, I no longer have to be in the same household with you. We don't have to necessarily be in each other's pathways. So maybe this is just time where you take a break, I take a break, and when the time comes, we can come back together. And it was funny because I think it took about maybe 8 months or so. And we finally were able to come together over the phone on, phone conversation, just to kind of get things back on track, revisit it, hash it out, and now we have a great relationship. Me and my mother have a much better relationship now than when I was growing up.
I commend y'all for that.
Yeah. Cause and at the end of the day, I didn't have to block my mama. I know there's some people that go to the extremes of blocking. Sometimes that's necessary. You do.
At the end of the day, you get one mama. You do. So like a lot of the times we'll get mad or angry at our parents for whatever reason, right? But then this goes back to, how were they raised and what type of love did they receive? So if they receive this type of love, is that the love that they're giving me because that's what they're used to?
Wow, that's good.
So it's when I say it's extremely important to mend that. So
yeah,
shout out to mom, shout out to you.
Yes, definitely. And you brought up a good point too, because it took me being older to realize
you're not gonna understand it when it first happened. I can tell you that firsthand. But at the end of the day, as you get older and you grow and you mature, ask yourself that question: like, what is this person going through that they're not telling nobody? Or you know what I'm saying? Because that can be the one thing that's holding y'all back from having the beautifulest relationship known to man. You know what I'm saying? So just definitely, I'm proud of y'all.
Oh, thank you. And like I said, sometimes it's okay to break away and get yourselves together, because who knows what maybe she did for herself to get herself mind frame wise, where we could be able to hear each other maybe in a better way. You know what I mean? Had more of a listening ear. Maybe before it might have been just ready to listen to respond versus listen to really hear. So again, just giving that space and time and that ability for God to work and to revisit it, when a better timing comes around. The Bible talks about timing. So there's a time for everything. So again, sometimes we just have to, be understanding of that too. So, when it comes to peace, and as I'm going to kind of like wrap this up, I want us all to just kind of have more of a blessed life. And I do think that it definitely, matter of fact, I know it involves you being able to have peace.
You heard me say something to you then.
Yeah, he be in my head a lot, y'all. He be getting me together, but it's in a good way. Cause like you said, you should be able to have people in your life that can teach you, you can grow from, you can learn from, that can check you, at times when you may be wrong. I think that that's another thing. You
That's
need
important.
accountability. Yeah, you do. You need that.
Extremely
you
important.
need that. I think so too. Cause sometimes, us females can be a little bit, we're a little bit to handle sometimes.
It's both. It's both though. Like, okay. And I'll give you, for instance, like, you're in a relationship, and the female tells the dude, "Hey, you don't need to hang with him, or you might want to keep your eye open, watching around, watch out for him." They're telling you something without telling you. But what does this dude do? Oh man, you tripping? I'm going out with the fellas. Later on down the line, something happened, and you done lost that relationship, and you didn't get played, and your man's played you. So it works both ways. Like, that's true. You gotta have that should be established before, like, a relationship is a friendship with somebody that you can really relate to.
Okay.
Like, the more and more that y'all can relate, things start to get serious. But it's not expected. It just happens.
That's true. It should just organically just grow over time. That's good. Okay, friendship.
I say this. If you force it, you possibly could forfeit. Okay. So just let it be what it's gonna be. Let it curate. Let it marinate and grow into what it's supposed to be.
Wow. I hope y'all listening, because I done got a few different ones. Okay, if you force it, you may forfeit it. I like that one. Yeah. That's the beauty of me having my podcast. I can go back and I can be able to jot these down in my paper journal, so that way I can keep that. Because some things you do have to kind of really let sink into your spirit, and that's one. You dropping some wisdom for us, okay?
You should jot that book down. You should jot the book down.
I should jot the book down.
The book.
Oh.
I just had to throw that in there.
Y'all, I was supposed to be. We had a book club that we was doing, just the two of us, and it was to better ourselves, because my time management, and among other things, ain't always the best. I can be honest with y'all. And we had found the book, and I got through all of chapter 1. So, and you finished the book, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm on like 2 more.
Okay, you ain't have to add that. But yeah, so I be struggling. He tried his best to keep me accountable, but life be lifing. So just trying to get myself. But again, I need that accountability, because you're right. I need to get back and finish what I started, because that is very important as well.
Timing is everything, though. So
that's true. That's true. And as part of y'all being able to, get yourselves together, when we were talking about the knowledge and growing, once in a while, y'all, for your peace. This is a great way for, self-love, self-care, for your peace, to relax your mental. Read. Let's pick up a book. Let's better ourselves, because a lot of knowledge is really all in these books that we tend to start and maybe not finish. We put in our shopping cart and never buy. So again, let's start making some necessary changes so we can better ourselves. Okay. And again, we just wanted to be able to come on here to say that, hey, there are times when you need to come before others. You have to make those tough decisions. We never once said that these decisions of having to cut off certain people were easy. We never said that they should be something you should just do as a knee-jerk reaction as well. It's definitely something that you should maybe try to, work through, fight through if possible. But again, if this person is not hearing you, then the best thing that you need to do is cut them off. Maybe love from a distance, depending on who it is.
Ain't no love lost.
Yeah.
We just in two different two different places in our life.
So just recognizing what you need to do to better you. Because again, you are what's important. Your mental is important. Your life is important. So just knowing when to choose peace over pieces. Okay?
Piece over pieces.
Yeah, you ain't the only one that be dropping stuff. I'm just saying, I got
piece
a little bit.
I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate you liking what I like. So, guys, I really do truly hope this helped. Oh, you have any? I'm trying to get in a better habit of this, y'all. Letting my guests be able to give like their last words of wisdom, encouragement, anything for my beauties or gents out there that maybe we didn't, talk about in conversation today.
Peace is yours, and sometimes it's not for everybody. It's for you. So when it comes to anything that you're going through, stop and look at yourself. It's okay to talk to yourself in the mirror. Trust me, I do it. After I had that conversation, I feel good. As long as you have your peace, you'll be able to prosper. Okay. You'll be able to grow. That's right. And things will start opening up for you. So then you definitely have to protect your peace, and it's okay to be by yourself or get some you time to have that peace. But as long as you get in that peace and you staying focused and determined on what you and your goals and what you want to accomplish, then the right people will come in your life. Like she said, we met at the Podcast United. And then the first thing we said was, I said something about a book. I purposely didn't talk to her via a phone conversation for a whole week on purpose. I wanted to see if she was going to open up the book and read it. And then we talked about it. But then that was, I want to say week 1, but it started growing. It started growing and going. It's nothing forced. It's just, hey, you may be at this point in your life. I may be at this point. But as long as we're trying to grow, we're going to go. And that's important. Protect your peace. Okay. I like that. That's good. I learned from you. Well, you know what? The importance that we learn from each other. So, again, just making sure that you have those people in your lives that can encourage you, that you can grow and learn from. Very important. I've learned the importance of that the older I get as well. Because you notice when you were in high school, you have maybe had a whole football team as your friends, and as you get older, that circle does get smaller and smaller because you really realize who you really are in true connection with. And then that's the ones that stick and stay. And those are, I want to say ride or die, because the new Bad Boys movie coming out. I just can't help it, y'all. Okay, so they be your ride or die. Yeah, I think it's a couple months from now. Whenever it come out, I'm going to go see it. So hope y'all are too. But yeah, ride or die. You have your ride or die people, and that's important. I heard that Beauty Toad was going to raffle or do something to whoever like shares the podcast or whatever the month or something, get a free pass or something like that too. Oh. Okay. Well, thank you for breaking us away into that segue. So yes, guys, I have I've been hearing y'all. I have had so many people, let me move my cup out of the way so y'all can actually be able to see it. So many people that have been inquiring about my beautiful merch that I have. I'm so and my pink gators too. Oh yeah. Okay. Always trying to be fly guy out here. I see you. So listen, you guys, it is not going unrecognized. I thank y'all so much for the love and support. First of all, y'all already know since day one, for the ones that's been rocking with me, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. The ones that are coming on, I appreciate y'all so very, very much. And I don't want to forget about y'all. If y'all want to, be with your girl and rock out this stuff, I'm definitely going to make sure for those, like he said, for those of you who would like, whether it be a sweatshirt, whether it be a hoodie, I'm going to let you select what you would like your free item to be, that I will make sure that it gets to you in the prettiest way. But I want you guys to do a little bit for me, help your girl out.
So those who, share my video, share this video to family, to friends, to loved ones, to everybody share the video, share Beauty Toe podcast, and for I'm gonna say for 3 lucky winners, I am going to again let you select what you would like, and I'm going to make sure that that gets into your hands. So whatever it is that you would like, I appreciate the love and support, and continue to spread, to as many people as possible. Because again, we are just trying to spread positivity to all, and the more I can reach, the more that we can all have that positive change. So share, share, share. Let me know. Y'all already have my information. DM me, whatever it is. Tag me on Instagram. Whether you tag Beauty Toe, whether you tag Miss Britt, whichever one you tag me, let me know that you guys are, sharing, and that way I can select my winner. I wonder what's a good time frame though before I select those 3 lucky winners. Okay, well, I know it was okay. So today's Saturday, April 13th. By the way, happy belated birthday, Aries in the house, April 11th. I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all to the end of April. I need as many videos to reach the peoples as possible. So April 30th, I'm gonna make that the cutoff. So April 30th is gonna be the cutoff. I'm gonna announce the winners, excuse me, and we're gonna go from there, y'all. But I really do truly appreciate you guys so much. Continue to keep tuning in. Continue to keep liking, sharing, commenting. Hit the comments, y'all. If there's topics that you would like to hear from me, let me know. I'm always all ears. I want to be able to help in any area that I can, whether it be relational, whether it be lifestyle, whether it be financial. So let me know, and I'm gonna continue to have great guests on where we can be able to learn and grow together. So thank you for your words of wisdom. Thank you for this topic. I think this was necessary. Again, sometimes we do hold on to something that we don't need to, or people that we don't need to. And I think this is a great way to kind of know how to navigate through that. So I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And until next time, let's make a change.